bring in Pete McGuire from XM for his thoughts on today's market action. Peter, great to have you in. As always, let's maybe kick it off with the Australian dollar because it's come off slightly, hasn't it, from those highs above 74. Have you been in that trade?
Yeah, we certainly have, Kara. Good afternoon and hello, Annette. 72.81. So, yeah, it's come under a bit of pressure. We've seen that strong move to the upside, the US dollar index through 99. I've got a 99.07 read here at the moment. So I think it's got, the best part of 100 written all over it. Maybe we might be there by the end of trade today, or certainly by the end of the week. US dollar continues to shine. A lot of pressure on a lot of those other currencies, and the Aussie, took a bit of a hit to that 74 odd.
About oil and Ukraine, I want to talk about US CPI tomorrow night. Is it now not as important given what's going on with all of these headlines and energy prices?
We've got a 131 read for Brent. I got WTI just under 127. So I think the great issue there is, Annette, how much further can they run? You talk to international analysts. I'm listing, it's a 24-hour-a-day market. As we know, we've got some analysts calling a 180, some are calling 210. So, and they're from big banks. I heard a rough one come out in the last 24 hours. We'll see a $300 a barrel oil. God help us if that's the number. So the impact as far as the consumer, I noticed what the other guest said, and I know, a $2.40 litre cost of fuel and what that impacts as far as the spending power of the consumer. Something's got to get hurt at $11 a gallon. You certainly wouldn't want a gas guzzler in the garage. So there's the issue there, Annette, and there's probably further upside for crude in the short run. We might take that 148 handle out. That was their record going back to July 08. So it may not be too far away. There's no sense. Another thing is what Biden's trying to do. It's going to be interesting as far as the Saudis and the Emirati. They haven't returned his calls. So that's a great issue. Who's going to fill the breach as far as that Russian oil coming out of the market?
Pete, let's talk gold. More upside, do you think?
Yeah.
What's the upside target?
I don't know, 2,066 has put 100 on since Monday morning. Not a bad wrap up. So that strong move to the upside, up 5% in 2 trading days. We'd have to be close to all-time territory. The appetite there is very strong from a consumer and from the retail sector globally for jewellery and for, physical gold. So I would say that in times of uncertainty, pick a number. I think that traders are certainly flocking to it, flocking to silver as well. Kara at $27 an ounce. It's had a big move to the upside. So, I wouldn't be surprised to take 2,200 out. I just don't know how long this conflict stays around from a geopolitical sense, and from what impact or risk premium is going to be added to this. So if there is any talk that the Fed sits on their hands or says, well, maybe we don't do anything in March due to the high energy costs, I think that would put a tailwind behind gold, like it'd be a very strong tailwind.
Yeah, it would be hard for the Fed to back away now, given that there's no oil supply out there. They're going to have to work on demand. But anyway, that's a bit of a sidebar. Of course, tomorrow night is the ECB. Now, obviously, given proximity, there's ample ammunition for Lagarde to run that dovish line. Could that dovish line have a bit more credibility this time around, despite that inflation?
Yeah, I think so. I think in a lot of ways it probably has, Annette. And, but her focus has also got to be on the consumption of, as Europe enters its spring season and hopefully tourism is back on track and the economy really starts to enjoy a proper summer in Europe, then that investor confidence, that consumer confidence, all of those facts rolling into it. So, Lagarde's got her hands full, like it or not, with high energy costs and high gas costs in Europe. Then I think she's got to be focused on it. And the number I think everyone's sitting at, we've got a 109 read for euro dollar. So there's probably further downside for that one. I'm not suggesting you're going to hit parity, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a 107 handle.